Well, hello. I hope you're having a good weekend. We had planned to go up north today, check out Ashitakayama, and possibly retrieve some trail cams from Mount Hiba. But someone came down with a fever. It's not too bad, but we're not allowed to travel, so scratch that. We'll try to get up to Mount Hiba in May or June. Quick video on deployment outside the castle on our western outer defenses, so you know what to do. We're talking about this hillside, this berm in the gap between two hills. The south of the hillside, I'm making that orange because we don't really expect invasion from the south through the port. The town defense line extends into this canyon. All of this is the western outer defenses. The road up to the castle and the third or bottom ring and the road up. And I should have put that old water line in there. Our enemy is Tang China and their Silla Korean allies. They're silly North Korean allies. Here are some looks at Tang Soldiers. Yeah, okay, so we're talking about heavy infantry. Armor made of bronze strips tied or riveted together. Under that, a lot of padding. Heavy helmet, heavy shield, heavy weapon, heavy sword or spear, heavy metal. So the key word is heavy. Now I will have the outer defenses manned by town militia, and they will be light skirmishers, represented here by these Greek peltist skirmishers. No armor, you don't need it. And I will mix in a few of my professional archers, and these will be in charge of you. All right, the Chinese advance here. And they come up against levels and levels of kuruwa, fighting platforms, or ramparts. They look a bit like these ramparts from Ardagh, a Roman fort in Scotland. 7 or 8 levels along the town edge, and over a dozen levels in the canyon. Each rampart looks like this, with a stone wall at the bottom, standard 1.2 meters high, or 4 shaku. That's the minimum also. It's the standard and the minimum. They are higher in places. You are up top, like so, with a bamboo parapet in front of you. Each rampart has stockpiles of stones, javelins. These are for you. That's for your convenience. And arrows for my men. Now here you will always have the advantages of height, range, cover. You'll be able to get several volleys off for free. So your job is just to pelt the enemy relentlessly. Just rain hell on him. Knock men out, break some teeth, concuss some brains, crack some skulls, harass, tire, frustrate, infuriate. You get it. The enemy will have to send in some men with billhooks or pike poles to try to rip down the parapet, and they're going to have a bad time, I think. I wouldn't want that job. Now, whenever they do make progress, our health and safety officers will order you back, up and back, up to the next level. Ladders will be there. You just pull them up after you. And as the enemy clambers piecemeal onto your evacuated rampart, you pelt him afresh. The game here is defense in depth. We don't want casualties on our side, only on the enemy's. We are trading, at this point, we are trading our land for his blood. We have lots and lots of ramparts, and we can trade them all morning. We're resisting, but not too stubbornly. We're not trying to keep this land. We're not expecting to. We're trading, and everything is going according to plan. Now, around mid-morning, we pull the militia out of this town edge. One group is going to go up into the canyon, hoping to draw a good part of the enemy into those great vertical trenches. I'll have some halberdiers in there for stabbing and chopping down into those trenches. Now, if the enemy can get through there, we have over a dozen ramparts to keep them busy. The other group fights up the road, which is lined on both sides by more and more ramparts. Eventually, they come back across the moat into the lower third ring of the castle proper, where we will have cucumber sandwiches and cold beverages to refresh you. Now it's getting on to noon. The enemy has lost almost half a day. He's hot, he's exhausted, he's disordered, he's bloodied. Now he comes limping up against a moat, and then our real defenses and our fresh, professional troops. From here, we will turn the resistance dial up. It's still going to be defense in depth at the third ring, but now we will accept casualties on our side. It's going to be harder fighting, but, well, that's another video. Okay, I hope this helps. Of course, I'm not privy to the ancient battle plan, but this is how I would do it. Get the militia fighting for me, with me. They also helped construct all these ramparts. In return, they get paid in the emperor's coin. They get their town fortified. They get to use the ramparts as fields in peacetime. They get training. They get organization. They get my protection. And their women and children are protected on top of the mountain in my central ring. It's all win-win because I'm a benevolent, enlightened castle commander. Okay, mailbag. This is from my friend Shintaro, the architect, who can't get out in the field with me, but he is scrutinizing my photos and videos. In his professional opinion, he says, quote, "It is absolutely an ancient castle. There is no doubt. It is perfectly an ancient castle. You did it. It's amazing. You really did it." End quote. So we'll put that in the trophy case beside the same positive verdicts from fellow architect, Mr. K, architect and builder, and the lovely, impish Mrs. K. I forgot to tell you, later that day, Mr. and Mrs. K sent over a very fine, very special bottle of whiskey in hearty congratulations, which I am enjoying very much. So 2 architects agree. We have an ancient castle, and Mrs. K is a medieval castle aficionado, and she also agrees. What else is in the mailbag? Oh, there's this wonderfully scary image from anthropology clerk Carrick Saint Laurent. Saint Laurent or Saint Laurent. I don't know how he pronounces it. Carrick has an excellent channel, Crash Course Cryptozoology. He's been following our Hebagon work very closely, and I think we're going to try to do an interview next week. I'm looking forward to that. And this is Carrick's imaginative take on the persimmon tree sighting, where the motorist in Hiwacho managed to take a photo. Not a great photo, but A for effort, Mr. Motorist. Thank you. And thank you, Carrick. Now, Carrick has sent me some other good stuff, and now I have his super-duper explicit permission to share it with you. So I will. Tomorrow, Lord willing, I take the professor into the western outer defenses. I show him the great vertical moat and the wedding cake of Ramparts and the very odd, totally inexplicable stick and timber structures. Well, they're easily explained with the Hebagon. Pretty hard to explain without him. Simplest, most economical answer favors the Hebagon. Okay, thank you very much. Got to go home, look after that sick girl. Bye-bye. I love you.